good game tonight. Thought we played fairly well and shared the basketball, had 23 assists, so anytime you do that, you're happy with our offense.
How would you compare your team's performance tonight to the opener?
Pretty similar. I thought we tried to defend until the last 4 minutes where we gave them outscored by 9 points the last 4 minutes. I know the game was over from the scoreboard standpoint, but we like to finish strong. So that was probably the only disappointing part. We just let up a little bit. But I thought we gave great effort, had 10 more steals, and 3 guys that had 4 steals each the first game all had 3 tonight. So Cario, Boopy, and BJ have continued to do a good job of getting deflections, stealing the ball.
What is it about Boopy about his individual defense, what he can do there, as well as what he does for the team as a whole?
Well, Boopy is smaller in stature, and when you're on the basketball court and you're his size, you have to play fast, and you have to make it uncomfortable for the other team to bring the ball up the court or in the half court, and keep your body in front and try to be try to break up what they're trying to do on offense. And he did a good job tonight. I thought he had a few foul calls. We put them on a foul line a little too much, but he really played hard defensively.
When the talent difference is what it's been in the first 2 games, is it difficult to evaluate what your guys show you?
No. We want them to play hard, play the right way, be in the right spots defensively, and then offense, share the ball and be in the right spots offensively. So it's not hard to evaluate. You have to still go out and perform, and we still have a few guys out, so we'll have our full roster hopefully very soon.
Andy, you mentioned on Monday about BJ and his hard work creating confidence and leading to a season that he could have. But what was your message to him when you got with him, when you got here? And what did you see in his game that you felt like he could get here by doing whatever? And has it come to fruition at least through these first 2 games?
Well, he's a very talented player. He's worked very hard on his shooting, his decision-making, his defense, and he affects the game in a variety of ways. Like he had 3 steals tonight. I think he had 7 rebounds, 6 assists, fills the stat sheet up. So he knows how to affect winning without scoring the ball. And now he's a confident scorer because he knows he can shoot the ball from the 3 and also put the ball on the floor. He made some really nice moves tonight.
Did you feel like with him that if, playing, because you can play to your size, because he's 6'3", he offers that length there, is there something that a player has to do to understand how to play to that length and understand how they can affect the game on both ends of the floor at 6'3"?
Yeah, it reminds me of a player we had at USC, DeAnthony Melton, who plays in the NBA. He's been in the NBA 6 years, and he was 6'3" with shoes and had long arms like BJ. He just rebounded. He stole the ball, led us in steals. He led us, I think he was second rebounding on the team, and just affected the game in a variety of ways like BJ does. And so it's very valuable to have a guy like that on your team. And BJ has become a much better offensive player through his hard work this offseason.
Johan's ability to not only produce just in many ways, but in particular at the free throw line for a big guy, is that extra impressive when you can see that type of production?
Yeah, he went 10 for 12 tonight. He has very good shooting touch. We feel confident when he gets to the foul line. We let him shoot open threes because he's worked at it. He's pretty good at it. And he's come a long way. Had a good game tonight.
First 2 games, being able to see and evaluate your guys, what is kind of the early identity maybe that you're starting to see emerge?
Well, I think through our preseason, we understand that if we don't play hard defensively, we're not very good. And we have to be active. We have to be disruptive. Like you asked about Boopy, our guards have to be disruptive. Our big guys have to protect the rim. We have to be very sharp on our rotations. We have to give early help, and then have some toughness to us. And when we do that, I think we can be an outstanding team. But if we don't, we're not very good.
You talked about kind of early on, everyone's still learning each other. What do you see on the court from the guys in terms of their decision making, how they're bouncing off?
Well, we're really impressed with their ball movement and their unselfish. We had a few possessions tonight. I think one in the second half that I can remember. There was just maybe 8 or 9 passes and drive and kick. You didn't have an open shot. Your teammate might, and then we threw the ball and had about 8 or 9 passes, and then finally I think we were able to get fouled. And so possessions like that mean a lot. It becomes contagious, and I think we're very impressed with our guys buying into the team concept and can become contagious, where if you come down and with no passes and someone just shoots a bad shot, then the next guy says, well, I'm going to do the same thing, and that's contagious as well in a bad way. So very excited about our ball movement, our spacing, and some of the guys are really making the extra pass.
Jarrell Colbert has fouled out twice in a couple of games. Any cause for concern, or is that just sort of a coincidence, kind of an outlier that you don't expect?
Well, the good thing about this team, we have a lot of big guys. So 10 fouls in 17 minutes. He may be setting the ACC record here shortly.
You mentioned your steals, 10, but the deflections equally as important. You got a few of those tonight. I don't know if you count, but what does that mean to you on defense when you see that? I remember BJ making a play in the first half and a couple of others from other guys on that. So what does that mean?
Yeah, we try to get 30 deflections. We try to have 9 steals or more. We've done that the last 2 games, and it's important because that means we're being active. And if we're not being active, then our steals go way down, our deflections go down, and our team defense just isn't very good. So we understand. I think our players are starting to understand what they have to do to be successful.
How important do you define right now your communication on defense? Is that a work in progress, or how do you see that?
Yeah, I think we have a big upside defensively. We've made a lot. The last 10 days, our team has really improved defensively, but we still have a ways to go.
Any update on how Cross is feeling?
Yeah, he hurt his back the first game, the first possession, and he has progressed throughout the week. We expect him to try to play on Monday, but we have to have another 3 days of rest and therapy, and the back is a tricky. Those back injuries a little tricky at sometimes, and so he's progressing.
The first couple games, you got let Jackson and Trey get in at the end. Is there a chance that Chance is going to see time, or what is there? What's the plan for him, I guess?
Yeah, there is a chance that Chance will play. We our 2 freshmen. So we'll evaluate that here coming up.
Try and get that triple-double there at the end?
Yeah, definitely tried to get it, but I'm just happy we got the win. My teammates got better tonight.
How would you all compare your performance tonight to the opener? What were the biggest differences?
Tonight from the opener, I'd say we did good defensively, I'd say, but towards the end we gave up some points. I feel like it was a similar game, though, honestly.
DJ, if you had to self-scout yourself from last year to what you've done these first 2 games, what do you notice in yourself?
I would say, I'm more aggressive, more confident. I'm going to take the open shots now from 3. I'm a great defender, so, just be cautious with the ball and just a different player, honestly.
Define that. Go into that more. Why you feel like you're a different player?
Honestly, since Coach Enfield's got here, the whole staff, I like them all. They gave us a lot of confidence and freedom. My game's really improved, and it's been fun, honestly. So just getting back to my regular self.
When that transition, when the coaching staff changed, you could have had an opportunity to look at going elsewhere.
Right.
What convinced you to stay and say, I can do this, and I want to get better under Coach Enfield?
Yeah, honestly, like you were saying, it's going to be my 3rd head coach in 3 years of my college experience. So I talked to Coach Enfield almost 5 or 6 times, throughout the week when he had got here. And he was just telling me, that I could score. He sees the potential in me, and I just trusted him. So I'm glad I stayed, honestly.
Y'all both have 7 steals from the first 2 games. Can you talk a little about the defensive identity you guys are trying to build, both as individuals and as a team?
Definitely it starts with the point guard. So, us getting steals each and every time in a game, that's going to add up to other teammates getting steals and playing hard. So when they see the point guards playing hard, they're going to play hard too. So it rubs off on everybody on the team.
Yeah, also I feel like me and him, we rub off on each other. Honestly, in practice, he stole the ball from me a couple of times. And I kind of learned from him today when I had a little back steal. So definitely me and him push each other.
When you run a 2-guard offense like that, like you guys can both be distributors on the floor, Goopy, what does that mean, though, that you can handle it, you can get guys going, or you can kind of let them run it, and you can play off the ball.
You know, that takes a lot off both of us, you know. I can run the 2, then he can run the 1. You know, it just shows how we're locked in practice and you just knowing every spot for every play.
You talked about building that chemistry. Coach has talked about it, that you know, so many new faces, new system, that there's a lot of learning between coaching staff and between all the players. What has that been like as you got out on the court, about how you guys mesh, about trying to, you know, be able to communicate?
Building chemistry, you know, since May, since Coach and them got here. During practice, he would always switch up the team, so it's not like the starting 5 playing against the bench players every day. So, you know, we're learning everybody. And honestly, off the court as well, like, we're all real cool. You know, we don't have any bad guys on the team or anybody that's going to do anything crazy. You know, we got a really good bond.
Boopy, Coach talked about your growing confidence shooting from distance, and you put up, 40, 41 points in a couple of games. Did you come in expecting to score at this rate, or have you even surprised yourself a little bit?
You know, I put the work in, so, you know, with infield, the experience he had with guards, I knew I can definitely come in and score and get assists and also rebounds, but I always been confident in myself and saying since last year that I can do more.
BJ, that play, middle of about 8 minutes ago in the game, when you had kind of like that behind the back or reverse layup off, is that kind of a signature of your confidence, and just maybe that's a play you don't do last year, but it's a play that you do this year? Is that fair to say, or how do you see that?
Yeah, I would say it's just a confidence type of play, you know. I didn't try to force anything. I kind of had it in mind that if I hit the move, that they was going to bite for it. So as soon as they did, I just knew I had to lay it.
Tonight started out pretty even. I think it was 15-14 or whatever, and then you guys went on a big run. What triggered that run for you?
I feel like our effort, we got to play like that 100% of the time, just playing hard on defense, diving on the floor. You know, like I said, that starts with me and BJ, so we got to start it out from the jump into it, and it's in the game.
Yeah, just to relate on what he said, the defense end, you know. Play good on defense, we get stops on defense, it's going to create the offense because we got a great offense. We got a lot of scorers, so just got to lock in on defense.
You know, what does Johan bring to this offense? Got to the line a fair few times tonight. Just what does he do that makes it hard for those teams to defend him?
You know, Johans is very strong. You can see that. So he's going to play hard each and every game. You know, he's learning each and every day. He's getting better in practice every day. So he has to be that anchor of our defense, too, and talk as well. And we're going to get better day by day just doing that.
Well, you played in the ACC. Obviously, we don't want to get too far ahead, but with this roster, when everybody's able to play, what do you see from this club being able to play in that conference?
I see a great team. You know, we're getting better day by day. You know, the ACC it starts in like December, so I feel like we just got to get 1% better each and every day, and it will be a great team.